Man, all of our shorts about Steam lately have just been absolutely blowing up. I wonder what the average Steam user's PC looks like.
Well, you know what? I have the perfect gaming PC for you. This uses the Steam hardware survey to put together the most average gaming PC that you all at home are using, but are the specs actually good for the price? We're about to find out after a word from today's sponsor. Listen, building a gaming PC is only part of the process. Once you finish planning your perfect gaming PC build to get the best price performance, you need to make sure to install and activate Windows 11 with today's video sponsor, gvgmall. Use our link in the description down below to find the Windows 11 key, use code TB20 on checkout to save even more money, upping your price to performance game. Then you'll get a copy of the key sent straight to you. Take that key, throw it into a Windows 11 PC of your choice during the install process or after the install is done, and boom, you now have an activated Windows 11 with access of all the features it has to offer. Use our link down below and use code TB20 on checkout and you'll save some money on your Windows activation. Big thanks again to gvgmall for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the video, shall we?
So we're basing all the parts that you see here off of the February 2025 Steam hardware survey. So to start this off, we have the i5-12400F 6-core 12-thread, and a lot of this stuff is kind of vague. Like it'll just basically say 6-core as the #1 CPU used. So we just figured, hey, a lot of people are probably using these and not something like an old 8353 core 6-thread. And Intel is still the leader on the leaderboards as well, probably thanks to all those pre-builds out there. Now obviously you can't find any facts about coolers, but we assume that a lot of people, well, we hope, are using at least somewhat decent coolers. So we got this IDCooling IS 55 in black, and the reason we got a smaller cooler is because we'll talk about in a minute, the case is pretty low profile, so we didn't want a cooler that was super large. And now just like the cooler, you can't really see the motherboard as well, but you gotta pair your motherboard with the right CPU. So we got the ASRock B660M Pro RS. This is a board that we use all the time. We love it because it has two 4-pins for the CPU, it has 4 RAM slots, it's got some RGB underglow and a lot of expandability on it, and it's a really good price. And I can't believe it, but 32 gigs is now the standard. It doesn't really say DDR4 or 5, but we definitely assume it's probably mostly 4 still. This is Corsair Vengeance 16 gigs. It's the LPX, so it's kind of like their budget line. This is actually stuff you can normally get for free with CPU combos on something like Newegg. Now Steam does say that everyone has at least 1 terabyte. They say 1 terabyte or more. So we have a 2 terabyte MP44L, but I think that this is cheating a little bit because I'm willing to bet that a lot of these people probably have 512 gig SSDs that are Gen 3. They're probably older drives with a big 1 terabyte hard drive because that was so common just a few years ago. And in pre-builds, they're still doing it for some reason. So I'm willing to say that there's still some hard drives out there.
Now the graphics card, which is probably the most interesting part about seeing the Steam hardware survey. The most popular option is the RTX 4060, which falls in line with the 3060 being the previous most popular option, and weirdly enough, during the shortages, the 1650 was the most popular option, but it's always an NVIDIA GPU, it's always a 60 series GPU, and this being a card with 8 gigs of VRAM, which is also a requirement in the Steam hardware survey. Most GPUs coming with 8 gigs of VRAM makes it that this is the most popular GPU right now when building a gaming PC. Even though it's not really the best price performance, people are still going to buy it anyways, and it's still going to be the most popular option. And for the power supply, again, Steam hardware survey won't tell us power supply wattages. They really only focus on the core components. We went with the Zalman Gigamax 600 watt, and we'll talk about why here in a second. 600 watt power supply we use a decent amount of times here at Toasty Bros and PC Bros when we build gaming PCs. But yeah, 600 watts is plenty for this PC build. The 4060 is incredibly power efficient. You could probably get away with a 500 watt if you wanted to, but hey, 600 watts, it's going to work really nicely. And this is a nice transition to today's case sponsor, Zalman, with their nice Zalman Cubix case, which comes in around 35 bucks if you want to pick this thing up. It's a very compact micro ATX case that is budget friendly. Again, $35. You really aren't talking about something crazy here, but it is very compact, good for like a home theater PC setup. And they sent over the Zalman power supply as well to use inside this case. Now I will say this is a very compact case. We did make some modifications on the inside here where you can take out this bracket that they added, which we have seen this model of case before, now allows you to add a fan to the front for additional airflow. We've got that 120 mil in there. I did make sure the GPU fits before we did this because again, it does add a little bit of depth there from the front. But this is a nice compact case, and you're looking for a very basic, very small form factor case that isn't mini ITX and doesn't have the mini ITX premium. The Cubix from Zalman is a pretty solid option and comes in white and black, and you can get in awesome combos as well on Newegg. So in total, this PC build is a little over $800, which is kind of what you expect from a 4060 and i5-12400F build, but we gotta see how it performs in the latest games. Not just the latest games, the most popular games on Steam. We're gonna go ahead and build it and dive into some testing.
All right, we're playing some CS. I couldn't even show you the settings.
He's already hot. I think there's someone named Google Document in your game.
It might actually be them. Oh my god. Okay, settings. All right. So we're currently running high settings, which it's CS. It is CS2 though, so honestly, it's crazy how much more demanding CS2 is than the original. But we're going op mode, op crutch mode, where everyone's AFK. We're getting 100 and pretty close to 200 FPS at times, which isn't bad.
And this is, at the time of recording this video, the most popular game on Steam right now. This is the game that has the most active players, and yeah, I mean, it's CS. I mean, it's legendary when it comes to the PC space. Whenever you think of PC gaming, you think of sweaty CS players, and yeah, this is definitely a staple. The other games are not necessarily a staple you would think of. He's cat. He's cat. He's cat.
Ooh, redemption. I like that for us.
Ooh, imagine. 1. Yeah. 2.
Very successful as far as CS goes. I mean, this is probably one of the #1 used GPUs and CPU combos for CS, if I had to guess.
Let's play some PUBG. Oh boy.
Even better.
Okay guys, so we're in PUBG. I'll show you the settings before we get thrown into the game. We're running 1080p. I'm running borderless, which should be totally fine. Shouldn't really impact performance all that much. We're kind of like a high ultra preset, and this game is just as not great performance-wise as it used to be. I was going through the reviews, and I do have to call out the fact that there was somebody who has 17,000 hours in this game. Yeah.
That's a thing.
That's a thing. I want to go to the Brickyard. So yeah, PUBG, the FPS is getting a little better now that I'm not around 1,000 people, but y'all let me know if you play this game. I want to know why. Just like, is there something about it that keeps bringing you back versus other Battle Royale games? And also, that is the smallest drop icon. Like, did they really expect me to see that? Like, come on now. Also, will this auto deploy? I was gonna say, will it deploy a parachute or am I just gonna fall? Whoa! 60. Oh! Oh! Yeah! Yeah, no, hide! Oh!
Oh, he's real.
Come down from there.
Ooh.
All right, take 2. Oh, there's so many gunshots. Where are you?
Got one.
Listen, there's way more loot in this game than I remember. Cooked.
Do they even know?
Oh! Oh, what did I do? I'm in the Microsoft store. What happened? That was the most boomer thing I've ever done. I got some kills though, and PUBG, you know, when you get some kills, it's not too bad. We'll run some built-in benchmarks. The other popular games, Dota 2. Yeah. We also have Monster Hunter Wilds, which is kind of fun. And then also, we're going to go 3D Mark score just to see the price performance of this PC. But in terms of how it fares against the top games on Steam currently, it passes. Let's go ahead and run those benchmarks and wrap this video up real quick.
All right, guys, we just got done benchmarking this nice sleeper build here, and it actually did pretty good. I mean, obviously, the Steam survey does not lie. It definitely knows what the averages are, and I would say that this is a pretty average PC that can play pretty much any game you throw at it, and I think that's why it's so popular, is the fact that if you want to play esports at 1080p, it'll do that at a higher refresh rate, and if you want to play some of those AAA titles, it'll definitely play those too at lower settings.
And the other 2 most popular games we decided to test on this PC are Dota 2. You can see me just running around a bot lobby here. We end up getting 100+ FPS. Obviously, it's Dota 2 is going to run just fine. We also ran the Monster Hunter Wilds benchmark at 1080p high settings with no upscaling, and this definitely needs some DLSS to 1080p, only getting an average of 56 FPS with a score of 19,258. And lastly, that 3D Mark score was 10,324, which is an 8 cent per point score. Overall for this PC being what is the average PC that most of you at home are building, it's fine. Obviously, the 7600 would be a better price performance option versus the 4060, but the i5 1200F is still a really awesome CPU, and all in all, this build put together, pretty solid value for the money. If you want to build this yourself, check the links in the description down below. They will be affiliate links. They will help us out. Let us know what you think of this PC down below, and are you rocking any of these specs?
But as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
If you're looking for a unique style sleeper build that doesn't have a ton of RGB and no see-through side panel, this would be a great build for you, and you can get it over at PCBros.tech.
PCBros.tech, we feature gaming PCs like this. We feature here on the YouTube channel and a bunch of other ones ready to ship at great prices. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You'll save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Bye-bye.